Here we got another one that says we want point slope form given the 2 points. So again, the first thing we need for point slope form is we need slope, and we need an x1 and a y1. Okay, so first we need to find our slope. So we'll go x1, y1, and x2, y2 this time. So to find our slope, we're going to go y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And y2 is 12 minus y1 is 8. And my x's are both 4. So I've got 12 minus 8 is 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0. So I've got an undefined slope here. Okay? Well, let's go ahead and just for the sake of our use this here. So my m is 4 over 0, which is undefined. Okay? Well, let's plug it in now. Let's pick one of the points to plug into point slope form. So we're going to do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And we'll just use the first point that we have right here to plug in. So it's y minus 8 equals, my slope was 4 over 0. Oh, sorry, and here I'm using my 0.48 times x minus 4. So again, I can't really write this like this, okay? Because the problem here is I don't know what this is. This is undefined all the way. I cannot write this line in point slope form. So if they give us something like this, we're going to just write this like we would normally write the line, okay? Well, we can't write y equals because the y's change, but the x's always stays the same. So the equation to this line is still going to be x equals 4. Okay? And the reason for that is because none of this works because of the undefined slope. So this doesn't work. Okay, so we just have to write it in x equals form when our x's are the same. Okay, so that will never change. Anytime your x's are the same, your line is always just x equals whatever the x value is. Okay, we got 2 more examples. Let's keep going. Okay, real quick, I want to talk about when would you even want to use point slope form compared to slope intercept. We talked about how great slope intercept is for graphing. Okay, well, let's think about this. Let's say that in your book you were given these 2 examples as different problems. Okay, when would it be advantageous to write point slope over slope intercept? Well, think about this. If we want point slope form here, okay, we'd have to first think that we have the slope, and we technically have a point, but we'd have to use our knowledge to know that this is the same as 0, 3, and we could plug it in. Okay? Well, on this one here, if we wanted to write it in slope intercept form, then we would have to plug in, we'd have to solve for b and do all that stuff. Okay? So, it is more advantageous to write an equation of point slope instead of slope intercept when you don't know the y-intercept. Okay? It's more advantageous to use slope intercept when you know the y-intercept. So this one over here, I can easily write this in slope intercept form. It's y equals mx plus b. And I know my m and my b, so I just plug them in. Y equals 2x plus 3. And I'm done. There's nothing else to it. But again, this one would take a little more work for slope intercept, so we would want to use point slope form and do y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And we've got all the information we need to just plug it in. So we would put y minus 1 equals m times x minus 2. And be done. Okay? So when I don't know the y-intercept, I can write the equation like this and be done with it. Okay? When I do know the y-intercept, it's just as easy to put it in slope-intercept form. So again, there may be some times when they ask you to pick, like just say, write the equation to this line, and I would want you to pick one or the other. Okay? Whichever is going to be the easiest. And let's go on to one final example. Okay, this example says to write in point slope form and then to rewrite in slope intercept form. So what we're trying to accomplish here is just so that these can go together, okay, and work together. So I got the slope, I got a point, so I know this is going to be my x1 and my y1 here. So our formula for point slope first is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay? And we're going to plug this in as it looks. So y minus my y1 is negative 6 equals my m is negative 2 times x minus, and then my x value is negative 3. Now we don't want to leave it looking sloppy like this, so point slope form we can rewrite. We know that minus a negative is the same as plus a positive, so I'm going to change this to y plus positive 6 equals negative 2 times x plus positive 3. Okay, so this is point slope form. Okay, well, we can pretty easily, another good thing about these, we can take point slope form and write it into rewrite it into slope intercept. Okay, so here's point slope. Now let's talk about how to write it into slope intercept form. Okay, so we're going to take the point slope form and rewrite it here. And let's think about this here. Slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so there's no parentheses in this one like there are in point slope form. So what we need to do is get rid of these parentheses, and we know how to do that pretty easily. We're going to distribute this, okay, to get rid of the parentheses. So I'm going to have y plus 6 equals negative 2x plus negative 6. Now get this in y equals mx plus b form. Well, I'm almost there already. I need to get y by itself. Okay? Well, I can get y by itself by just taking away 6 from each side. Okay? Well, 6 minus 6 cancels out, and I get y equals negative 2x and plus negative 6 and negative 6 combine to make negative 12. And voila! We have slope intercept form. Really nice and easily from our point slope form we came up with. So now we're in y equals mx plus b form, and that's slope intercept right there. So these things go together very, very nicely, and it's easy to convert from point slope to slope intercept if you prefer using that. Okay? Alright, so you've gotten a lot of instruction here. Let's go ahead and get started on your assignment. Good luck on your homework. Ask questions if you have them.